getting funky fresh with Flourless chocolate cake.
Here are our ingredients for our Flourless chocolate.
So for our flourless cake, we are using 2 aluminum pots. The first pot has a mass of 816. The specific heat, because it is aluminum, is 0.900, and the temperature change is 26.7. So our heat capacity comes out to 19,619.7741. For the second pot, our mass is 725.75. Our specific heat is 0.900 because, again, we're using aluminum. And our temperature change is 26.7 degrees. So our heat capacity for the second pot comes out to 17,439.7725. So we're using 2 aluminum pots because aluminum has a high specific heat of 0.900, and high specific heat means that it lets the food heat up faster. Therefore, it is good when you are boiling water because you want it to heat up fast.
So this is our double boiler. Right now we have the boiling water in the bottom pot. The top pot is where we're going to put the butter and chocolate to melt. So basically what's happening right now is there's a couple different heat transfers going on. In the bottom pot we have the direct heat transfer of conduction through the stove to the pot. Then the top pot is being heated through the rising of the steam from the water in the bottom pot, and that is convection because it's the rising of a heated substance over and around the top pot. So basically why this double boiler is used is partly because it allows for the ingredients inside to be heated and melted of a constant temperature of 100 degrees Celsius. It allows ingredients that normally that would seize or be separated over a direct heat to allow it to stay together and melt easier.
Okay, now we are adding the butter and the chocolate.
We have to stir constantly just so the ingredients don't burn.
So right now we're going to our second concept, and it's the phase change. Phase change is a change in the state of matter of something. So in this case, the phase change went from solid to liquid, butter and chocolate. So our main phase change is melting. We will be melting chocolate and butter. The pan we're using is aluminum. And the way we'll be melting chocolate is by using the double boilers. The phase change of chocolate will be from solid to liquid. The causing of the phase change is the boiling water underneath. When the water is boiling, it will cause vaporization and make the pot hot. The first pot will transfer its heat to the second pot, causing the chocolate to fuse and melt together into a thick liquid. As the chocolate and butter melt, the hydrogen bonds are easier to break. So the more heat energy there is, the easier it is for the hydrogen bonds to break.
The solid form was the chocolate and the butter, and it hit the melting point, which is right here, where the temperature stays the same. And as it went through the melting point, it turned into a liquid, which was the melted butter and chocolate. Okay, now I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar to the chocolate.
So now we are whisking our mixture, and this is the process of leavening. A leavening agent is a substance that is added to a mixture to allow the product to rise or come to a fluffier, more desirable consistency. When added, the process of leavening will take place, which is a chemical reaction resulting in the creation of gas bubbles in the substance. Leavening can be chemical, such as baking soda or powder, or biological, such as yeast. It could also be created from physical action, such as whipping or whisking. These methods mechanically trap air inside the mixture, which is what we are doing in our cake. As our cake is flourless, it does not contain baking soda or powder, and therefore it is mechanical leavening. Now we are putting the eggs into our mixture, which we will also whisk in. Egg whites are well suited for mechanical leavening because they produce a strong, voluminous foams that retain their expanded structure when dried in the baking process. Look at that go. Our cake will be denser than other cakes because it does not rise as much without any gluten forming. This is Charles' law, the law that is in effect during the process of leavening. It relates volume to temperature, which as the temperature increases, air bubbles will become bigger inside of your mixture when they are baked.
Pam on the stainless steel pan and added cocoa powder into it. Our pan was 1088.6. The specific heat capacity is 0.500, and the change in temperature was just the heat of our water, which was 26.7. Your heat capacity comes out to 6055.4265. Like, watch how fast I can whip while using this stick. Keep looking at me. What's that burning smell?
It's cake.
Okay.
Everyone get a bite.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.